Now, would you lead us in prayer?
Father God, we just come to you right now in the name of Jesus. We just come thanking you for this day. This is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. We just thank you for this council meeting. We give you praise. We thank you for your peace. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Kay Cup. Present. Lois Jordan. Here. Betty Johnson. Here. Craig Gill.
Here.
Rex McCarthy. Mayor Jackie Johnson.
Here. The first item on the agenda is public comments. Anyone who's desiring to comment on anything that is on the agenda, you're free to do so at this time. You're allowed to speak for about 2 minutes, excuse me, 2 minutes, and if anyone is interested. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Janice Cooper, and we have no spectacular shows with the carnival, and we're set up out at the park, and we just wanted to give the approval to be here. We thought we already kind of had that, but we need that, and we hope that you all come out and will enjoy us. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Thank you very much.
That's actually not on the agenda.
Excuse me?
It's not on the agenda.
No, it's not, because we're going to ask you to amend the agenda, for that purpose. We'll go ahead and amend it now. I'll get a motion to amend.
So moved.
Been properly moved
Second.
and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Craig, you said you're far too far.
Amendment passed. It failed? What was
What
it?
it passed, right? 3-1.
Right.
That's unanimous.
Yeah,
It
one,
failed.
yeah, no, it passed, but it was 3-1.
Has to be unanimous.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Should have brought it before now. We didn't know the fair was coming.
Excuse me?
It was here.
Did you say, Craig, did you say you in favor of it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3-1 in favor of it.
Yeah.
But amendment passed.
It has to be
Well, it's amended. It's
It does
amended.
not, it has to be unanimous.
Yeah, it has to be unanimous.
Unanimous.
We should have talked about this last one.
It comes every year, but I'm just,
If I may speak,
we've never had to, we've never done anything before.
Excuse me?
do I have permission to speak? I know it's kind of a short notice, and sometimes we work that way, but that's the reason why I kind of go the end of last week, and sometimes it's hard to get a hold of people. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of people that you really need to talk to, and we're very nice people. It's a very nice operation. We're very clean for your city, and it's something, it's enjoyable for all families, for
When did you first discuss this with the mayor?
I believe it was Friday.
So the mayor had no idea before Friday that the mayor was coming.
No, it's something.
Do it?
I don't think so. It was Thursday or Friday. I mean, we talked about it, but I don't remember whether it was Thursday or Friday.
But you come around this time every year, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, for the
We
past
always
3
come
years.
after the Catfish Festival is over. Because y'all had that going for years, and we don't want to do anything to cut into that.
But why would you give more notice to have things like this taken care of?
Sometimes we have an open week. And my brother, which is the owner, didn't take care of this a little bit sooner. Sometimes you're supposed to do that. But that didn't happen, and so it was kind of a short notice. But we have always done a good job here, and I think everybody has always liked us. And we've got good people, and I just can't see any reason why anybody would turn us down.
It's not really
like
that
a lot
I'm
of them.
turning you down, it's that I think things like this need to be given time to plan.
Next
And I
year,
don't think we've been given that time to plan.
next year I'll try to do that. And I'm really sorry that it was kind of a short notice. But next year, I promise you, we'll try to give you further notice.
I have a question.
Yes.
I was here last year and I don't remember us giving permission or amending the agenda or refusing the fair to come. Isn't it a yearly thing? What is it so about this year?
It's just that we've got something we have to act on. And we never asked it before. And
Okay, well, why are we
Personally-
acting now?
personally, I've been trying to talk to the mayor all day about some issues at the park, that it could cause at the park. And I'm a little upset that I didn't get to talk to him. And then to come here and have to approve something that's just laid in front of us. Tab, have you reviewed this?
No. Where is it? Is it in the,
It's a contract and a resolution.
It's the same.
yeah, you would,
It's the same one. It's in there.
you know, it would,
It's the same contract we sign every year.
but you can do it by resolution. But that's up to y'all, it's your call. You can give the mayor the authority to execute it.
But why haven't we done this before?
I don't know.
I think it's because the mayor has the authority to execute.
Because what?
I think it's because of the ordinance that we passed.
Well, now, if that's the case, if we pass
I
an
think it
ordinance,
is. I think we passed an ordinance that allows the mayor to,
that's a fair, I don't remember.
I think, but I told you.
I think it is too.
And if that's the
We
case-
did on the basis that we did a whole harmless agreement. We said
it's attached to.
have a
Attached to it, we said
Yeah, I don't-
that y'all would pass it based on the fact that we did a whole
How long
harmless
have we
agreement.
been having a fair?
This is gonna be the 4th year.
4 years, so that's, I just don't remember how long did it back then. But I'm sure you, I know the mayor's always talking to y'all about the fair and proceeds go to the kids or something, Mayor, I can't.
The proceed goes to the after-school program.
And you may be right.
But that's just how I remember it, but I mean, I don't know that's the fact.
I don't know, but I thought that's how we did it.
That we passed an ordinance several years ago giving the mayor the right to sign off on it.
We did.
And certain things were met.
We did. I think we did.
And that's why we have to have.
Well, you have to have an ordinance doing that, or either if you don't, you'd have to pass this resolution authorizing the mayor to do it.
I'll change my vote.
Will you vote to amend the agenda? And then I would suggest that you do it this even though we have an ordinance, that in the future, you do it each year by resolution, that the fair gets this to us a little bit where we can put it on our agenda, get the contract out to the council so they can study it. And because we have rules and procedures that we have to follow.
And now I know that.
And just, if we had a week to 10-day notice, we'd be
We've
fine.
always kind of worked it this way, and, you know, I was kind of hoping that everything would be okay, because we've never had a problem in the past. And even with parking, we've got all of our stuff away from that one ball field, and then we've left parking up there for the upper ball field.
And you have insurance?
That's with the company.
Attached.
And the whole harmless agreement, everything.
$2 million was insurance.
It should be, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's the last page. This is the last
So,
Looks like
okay,
that's $10,000.
It's the same thing.
No, it's more than that.
General aggregate is 10,000, 1,000 per occurrence.
What I'm looking at, Winfield Spring Fair, Miller will provide liability insurance in the amount of $22 million for certificate named city. Is that the one you're looking at?
I'm looking at this,
I just kind of quickly looked at it. I didn't look at it. I hadn't looked at the whole
Look at
thing.
the back page.
that says they will provide insurance in $2 million, but this certificate only says 10,000. With 1,000 per occurrence.
That might be chopped off.
I'm sure that's maybe per occurrence.
See, that's a comma there. It looks like you don't have the full there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I would suggest to the council and to the mayor that next year, if we've got a
Do it a
little
little bit
advance
sooner.
notice that all council members would be put properly on the agenda, and y'all pass it by resolution, just like you're doing it tonight. That way you can do your due diligence by being sure the contract's in order, and I think the mayor would like it like that too.
We could have this year, but that was some circumstances that locating a site and whether or not that they would be able to get here, and they were able to squeeze us in, you know, this period of time. It's really created this situation.
Permission to speak again. It's hard to find a very nice home. And no problem.
Well, you see the problem we have and what you'll have to do next year.
Yes, sir.
I'd say if you could just give us a week's notice,
Yeah.
get it to Alice, and
We'll try to
then
give
she
you
can get it
more-
all out there.
We'll try to give you more than that.
Or a month.
The meeting before, a month before.
Well, if you squeeze,
My gosh.
you can't just squeeze the weekend, Craig. If you know a month ahead of time, as soon as you know the week, you can give.
The open date, right.
Right.
Well, we kind of always went on with the Catfish Festival because they wanted to do it first. And we wanted to respect that because it's been going on for years. And so we didn't want to come in for it.
And that would be good if you could next year see when the Catfish Festival is and that.
Then work from there.
Yeah, work from there and work through Allison and she can get, maybe even send the contract up and may not know the exact date, but at least you'd have the contract and everybody could look at it.
Well, I appreciate it if you work with us this time. And I know that next year, so it will be.
That's perfect.
And,
Is that okay? with you?
We are expecting you every year.
yeah, I hope so. And,
Well, welcome.
So,
I have
so what y'all need to
lots
do,
of
they've amended to put it on the agenda, maybe?
Right.
And then Craig, we need this resolution passed.
Good.
Somebody needs to make a motion. Second. Resolution entering into this contract.
I make a motion that we enter the contract
With the fair.
with the fair.
I second.
Properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that unanimously. Item number 2 on the agenda, to approve the minutes of March meeting.
So moved.
Properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Item number 3, Michael Grant, extension.
To the mayor and council and staff, I come on behalf of Bless Auto. We got a dealership, a used car lot started about a year ago, and I had a variance at that time, and I'm here to try to get an extension on that, 2-year extension.
I move that we give Bless Auto an extension. Is that what you?
Yes.
An extension.
Properly
How long?
moved
2 years.
2 years.
I second it.
and second.
I have a question.
Question.
Mr. Grant, what happens in 2 years? If this passes, what happens in 2 years?
Well,
I mean, when you ask for 1 year, you got it. Now you ask for 2, if you get that, 2 years is gonna happen. It's gonna come. There's gonna be a time where something's gonna have to take place.
okay, I can answer.
Plans, okay?
I can answer the question. In 2 years, we plan to be moved away from there and to be in a different area. That's the plan.
Had you talked to the zoning commission about this variance that you're asking us for?
No, I have not, because at the last meeting, y'all said there wasn't no need to do that. It was left up to the council.
I don't recall that. I'll ask our legal counsel. Would this fall into the definition of spot zoning?
Skipper, would it?
No, you can't spot zone.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm trying to figure out what zone is it in.
It's R3.
It's an R3 zone.
It doesn't fit. I mean, I don't know.
Correct.
You changed it.
And when it came before, how was it brought before the council? Just a variance or?
I believe that there was variance brought by the zoning. Let the council make the decision on it.
Then they went with 1 year.
Right, that's what it
I
is.
don't know. So it did go before the council, and I guess it went before the council, the zoning, and they recommended an extension, maybe not 2 years, but last time they made a 1 year. I don't, since it did go back before the zoning commission, I guess it would be up to the mayor and council as to if
Originally-
y'all want the grant.
Originally, at the zoning commission meeting, he didn't come in asking for a year. He came in just asking for it to be rezoned. But once he found out it could not be spot zoned, they decided, well, we'll just give you a year to see how it does, because it may not even work out. They said, we'll just give you a year. So
So
he
they
took what they gave
recommended
him.
They
Yeah.
recommended a 1 year.
They recommended the 1 year, so it wasn't him asking for a year. They recommended that, just to see how it would go.
But they're not recommending it to, they're not, they don't have a say-so now.
Well, they really don't.
about
I
this.
think it'd be up to the council whether they want to give it another 3 months, another year, another 2 years. It'd just be up to y'all. Sort of have their recommendations to others, but that's terminated now.
That's right.
So it'd be up to you guys what y'all want to do. And if any, let me ask this question, is anybody complaining? Skip or anybody?
they're proud to have it
Mayor?
over there.
Can I complain? I run a used car lot here in Winsboro. I personally can complain. So yes, you have complaints.
Well, I'm talking about too, in the neighborhood. You generally look at that case.
You have to look at also.
There's no complaints in the
Mr.
neighborhood.
Sylvester Jones is one street behind me.
Who's that?
The little junk iron man that's over there on Maple or Hickory or whatever it is. That we're fixing to put him in jail
They have
because he
complaints.
won't go out of the business. We closed that little man on the corner of Havard and Ballsworth down because he couldn't do his scrap item.
Well, Kay, I'm not arguing
Oh, I know,
Mr.
but
Grant's
but
position.
this
I
council
was
needs
just trying to
to
answer
look at that.
Craig's question and
Well,
Just had to put up a fence.
no, Jackie told me a month ago that that we had to put in that because of Sylvester,
Who are you talking about?
the little man on the corner of Haggard and Ballsworth. You know, so we're gonna give one man a variance. We made those girls move, and they are moving, by the way. They'll be out this weekend. They found a house and it's a much better location, and it won't bother anybody.
it's
But-
probably John.
Yes, it's properly zoned. We're, you know, we're
That's in
talking out
all
of
one
both sides of
area
our
there.
mouth. Whenever we allow one person to do something and
I'd like
three
to,
not to,
I'd like to address that, Kate.
okay?
As a big difference and a junk place in a residential community and a vehicle in a residential community. With complainers of area that would allow all sorts of critters to accumulate in that area and affect, you know, the surrounding area. There's absolutely no space in between that place and the next resident. He has operated there for 2 years, 6 years, 4 years, I think. And Sylvester, there's someone who's constantly complaining. And we have told the maximum what we can do for him, after him several different times of promising that
And I agree.
he would move it and him not moving. I didn't want to set the town up for an opportunity, for an individual that we're getting rid of doing the same business, and now he's in court as a result of the decision we made. I felt that was sort of opening the town up for some type of unfairness. And that was the reason that I asked him to produce it, asked Fayon if it was residential or was he legal there in that area. He came back and said it was not legal. And it was for that reason that I said that he's going to have to abide by that rule. Now, if he didn't come up here to request anything, if he had, I would sit here and allow you to address that issue with him.
But Tab, y'all up there have to abide by the zoning. We have to abide by the zoning.
That's someone who's come
You know,
here.
there's several lots in town that could be used for car lot, besides over there.
I'm not real sure where his car lot is.
1711 Smith Street.
This is what Jack Hammond
On the
had.
next
Oh,
block.
Jack Hammond's over.
Across the street there, J.R. Shipley had this, at the,
Boy, J.R. Shipley had to sell on it before we got it.
It's where Mr. Jack had the convenience store.
right.
It's right across
And
the
then
street from there.
And then that church is right across.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it is.
That's right.
That's the deserted church, I mean, the church here.
What zone would it fit in, Skipper? B1?
Whatever's on the Mr. Sylvester Jones.
All I'm asking for is an extension on it. I plan to move.
And we gave you one last meeting for 60 days.
Yeah, that's enough time to get moved too, in your opinion. And the thing of it is, I can see why you're fighting against it, because you got a conflict of interest.
Right.
You work for a car lot. All I would ask for is an extension.
I'm for it, for the simple reason, I am so thankful that something is over there that's positive. And tell you, I didn't think about the ordinance or nothing else. We were just glad that you put something over there that the kids could pass by and see that we're doing something positive instead of all the negative stuff. And I would agree to give you that. If you said it was a year, Tab, you said it was a year, Skipper, which one of y'all said it was a year?
Well, you approved it for 1 year last year.
He's requested 2 years now.
Oh,
And we have a motion and a second.
Well, it's discussed, yeah.
Right.
I don't see how we can compare, and we should have never called his name about the junk. That's just out of order. You don't do that. But I don't see how we can compare what he has done to cars you're selling. I mean, here's junk and wrecks and whatever. But here are cars people are buying and they're used for people that really can't afford a whole lot, and they're having a chance to have a car.
That's right.
So,
I sell cars like that.
I understand, but we got
I have bought one from
Not over there, but
you.
that's
So that's good. That's a good thing. But,
Could that little area be changed?
that's a very good thing.
I don't think it puts up to B1.
Well, it has to on Louisville Road. And then you've got the church.
And we don't have anybody complaining.
I don't know.
I was thinking, could that be changed?
It won't hurt their business, because it's the people they turn down.
I'm not sure exactly how close it
So it won't hurt their business at all.
Distance from
Well, I
there
know
to
Parks had that store, there was a store up on Liddyville Road, gotta be B1. I was thinking.
I'm not gonna say till I look at the map.
Yeah, like you. I was thinking maybe there's a way to not spot zone, but rezone. If that area is starting to go toward business, that's the time you do rezone.
Yeah, if he connects to a B1, I
And
would
if,
have
and
a
you may have
problem
to
at all
take in some,
rezoning.
you
Yeah.
may have to rezone.
Right.
And to me, if I was an R3, I'd just think it'd be a B1 because it makes it a business area. R3 is the lowest residential.
Yeah. But, you know, somebody playing the city and they playing.
Playing that, but
You
that
know,
was
where
back
where
when,
zone should be.
well, and that was when all that was residential.
Sure.
You see, now it's been 40
It may
years.
be antiquated in some
It needs to be.
means, you know, but right now it's still on the
Oh,
books.
yeah, no question.
So-
You change it, you look and see about changing it. You know, that's a, you know, I'm just trying to see if there's some other commercials in that
So has it
area.
been rezoned in how many years is it?
Oh, that map 40 years old, huh, Skipper?
I think they adopted a
Because
lot
we
of
used to have a grocery store there, we had a
Well,
pharmacy
you
there.
see, and all that
We
came
had,
in,
you know,
that was all grandfathered in, Ms. Lloyd.
positive stuff.
See, when that was all there for zoning and therefore would be grandfathered in. But if it's grandfathered in, it can only be grandfathered in as a convenience store. And when it lost its identity, then it reverted back to
Okay.
But it might be something the council wants to look at in the zoning committee, but you gotta go through the zoning commission, they have to do it. But Craig's absolutely right, you can't spot zone, you can't change that one little lot that's surrounded by R3 and make it a B1, that's spot zone.
And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be quiet, but you know, I have a daycare center. And I have to compete with other daycare centers, so I just think of different things that they're not doing and, you know, kind of competing. So maybe that's what we need to do, you know.
I don't
But
have a
mean,
problem with him being in business. If he wants to move out on the highway where the rest of us are, or if he wants to get in the right zone, I welcome him. I will welcome him. But my point is, the other ones, you know, we made those girls move by not supporting them. They had to move. And yeah, I go to church with them. And yeah, I have stood and told Fayon, I'm behind you 100%. If cleaning it up. But I can't see playing that much favoritism in what we're gonna do. If we're going to do for one, then let's be prepared to do for all. But if we're gonna do for all, we need to be
We need to
taking that
change
one
the,
in.
yeah.
All I'm asking for is an extension and then.
Of 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years extension.
If you ask for 60 more days, that would be something you could look at.
Well,
That
I
would
was
be
asking
giving
for
you
2
time and
years.
money.
For the year, won't you?
I'll go for a year.
I'm not voting for any of them.
I was asking for 2 years if that would go with that.
Well, I move that we,
It's properly moved and,
oh, it is?
and second
On the 2 years.
on the 2 year.
Oh,
Do you want to amend it, Ms. Daddy?
yes, that's, how long what would we have to do if I amend it? Will we still have to give him the 1 year of the 2 years? What are we
I
doing?
would think you want to amend your motion to 1 year.
Okay,
Then if you got a second, then we could vote on the amendment. If it fails, then we go back to the 2 year.
okay.
So you'd
I
have to
motion move that we accept the 1 year.
move to amend to
Yeah,
1
the
year.
1 year.
But when this comes up again, we're gonna remember this.
Yes,
That no matter who it is.
If another person move over in that area and build something nice, we will do it. Ms. Gates, we need, we need anything that's being built over on that side of town that's positive for our kids to look at. They're not gonna go and steal parts out past rents. They just, they're glad he's there. They say, man, you see that? Yeah, all right. And I heard it. And I'm sitting right over the slough over there. And nobody bothers it. Because everybody realizes that it's time for us to have something positive except for alcohol and building that kind of stuff. If it had anything to do with alcohol or drugs or Pastor, I'm not standing with you because of who you are. I'm standing with you because of what you've done.
Thank you.
And I thank the community.
Thank you.
If we don't get what we want here, the community still appreciates what you've done.
So you're amending your motion instead of 2 years to 1 year.
Do I have a second to that?
Second.
Properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Nay?
Nay.
Tie vote. I break the tie and approve it.
Mayor, on 1 year.
On 1 year.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
Let's look at that,
Yeah.
Skipper, look at that map and let's see if we can, see what we think about it. Yeah, if there's gonna be some businesses in that area, we may want to amend that area to be a business. If we can bring it down, maybe attach on to Lydiaville Road, which I'm sure is a big one.
Not for sure.
Because you had Joey and you had that grocery store when they formed it, and had several businesses on it. But let's look at it.
Woodman of the world.
Let's look at it, we might
See, then they're putting Mr. Jackson's store in big.
rezone that area and make it where people can still be one.
Business, but no alcohol businesses. If
That's
that-
alcohol
You
fits
put
in
big
there.
one and you're gonna allow it.
You're gonna allow it now.
You're on.
That's just part of the
Seven,
pros
big
and the
one.
cons, you're gonna have to look at all that. That's why you gotta study a little bit, it's gotta go for the zoning commission,
All of that, okay, I may be done.
have a public hearing and stuff.
And when it gets rezoned, then you can do this. Then the other man on Maple Street can do this. Because they're almost,
Well, if they fit in, we just have to see.
that's
There's a
it.
man with the cans.
But not the
Not the
junkyard.
other. They're almost parallel with each other, so be careful.
Okay. We'll move to item number 4. Meyer.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I'm going to be quick, and I apologize I didn't have a printed copy of a report for y'all this evening. I just wanted to kind of give y'all an update on a couple things that we have going on. First off is the airport. We appreciate y'all's selection as the airport engineers for this upcoming cycle. We did meet with Skipper and Philip and Spilling, the airport manager, this past month, as well as the mayor, and tried to get up to speed on where we left off with the last consulting engineer, so we're trying to hit the ground running there. We've had conversations with DOTD and FAA as well over the past month to make sure we're on track to get things rolling with the obstruction removal. The only other item I really wanted to hit on, besides letting y'all know we did submit the RV park application. Deadline for that was April 1st. We got it in, and it's being reviewed currently. I had a conversation with somebody at the Office of State Parks this morning or this afternoon, and that it is in the process of being reviewed, so we should hear back from that in the next month or so. Lastly, the 2016 street improvements project. Just remind y'all, we do need to decide on what streets we're going to include in that project. I've given y'all a list or a map last month. Just remind y'all that, the quicker we can get that started, the quicker we can get started on construction, and we won't push it back into the bad time of the year. And that's all I have as far as construction projects. I would like to invite the mayor and council. We are having a crawfish bowl, Meyer Crawl and Hickson sponsored crawfish bowl this year. It will be the 28th here at the community center. Of course, you and your spouses are welcome to attend.
April.
Yes, sir, 28th, April 28th, sorry.
What time?
5:30, is that what we decided on?
5:30, I believe it was.
5:30.
This month?
Yes, ma'am, 28th of April. Do y'all have any questions?
Make a motion to accept Meyer's report.
Proper move.
Thank y'all.
And second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Main Street. Ms. Vance.
The last time I came to speak with you all, I was begging for participation for our upcoming Smithsonian exhibit at the Old Post Office Museum. Well, we have 2 weeks left in that exhibit, and I will tell you it's been the most successful exhibit we've ever had at the Old Post Office Museum. I dare say we'll probably break 1,000 people who come in to see it since it opened on March the 19th. Of course, it's been really, really huge with the Smithsonian part of the exhibit in the center of the gallery, and everybody's enjoyed coming in and touching and pulling and turning off and turning on and so forth. But the most exciting part to me and the most gratifying part to me has been the local participation. If you all have not come in to see the exhibit, please do. You've got 2 more weeks. It'll leave us April the 30th. But the local participation has been very, very gratifying. We've had everything from father and son letter jackets to John Moffitt's the Olympic silver medal winner, his uniform, all of his medals. Not the silver medal. He wouldn't let us have that. He didn't want to part with that. He lives in Baton Rouge, and I think I understand that. But all of the medals leading up to that, and of course Anthony McFarland's treasures we have as well. And so many, many things, trophies and yearbooks and pictures and sweaters and just all kinds of baseball bats, all kinds of things that would bring back a lot of memories for you all. But it's been an incredible experience. This entire exhibit has been really wonderful, and we were very honored that Winsboro was the first one on this series of tours, and go to 5 more museums. It will leave us on Saturday, April 30th, and go to a museum in Homer, and then it will go to Ruston, to the Learning Center, and then to the Sports Hall of Fame in Natchitoches, then to Longleaf Museum in the center of the state, and then down to Abita Springs, and then it leaves Louisiana, and I believe it goes to Missouri, I'm not quite sure. But it's been quite an honor for us to have it, and again, if you haven't seen it, by all means, come by and take a look. We've had several events that went along with that. We had the Taste of Franklin, of course, was a tailgate party, and the pep rally. We had a pep rally for the opening reception. We had the Catfish 5K. We had, of course, the Catfish Festival brought in hundreds of people that day. And that brings me to the Catfish Festival. Of course, that's not necessarily Main Street sponsored, but we certainly support it. It was an amazing day. We had perfect weather. We had stepped-up entertainment. It was the 30th anniversary, and all of that combined to bring in about 20,000 people to our community of nearly 5,000. And that's pretty amazing and speaks well for us, I believe. Just yesterday, well, just this past weekend, they came in on Saturday and ran all day yesterday. We had the Riverboat Series Marathon at Davis Park. And again, a big thanks and a tip of the hat to our city crew for mowing as best they could in dire circumstances with all the water and so forth. But those people from all over the country brought in about 125 people from all over the United States to run this marathon. Normally they end in Winsboro. This year they wanted to start in Winsboro, and they left here and are going on to the rest of the states on the Riverboat Series. But they have nothing but praises for Winsboro. They're already talking about coming back next year, and it will be the weekend after the Catfish Festival. So that's a big deal for us. Our Brown Bag Series is every Wednesday of this month. This coming Wednesday, we'll have a band from Mississippi, the Hewitt Family Band. So if you all get a chance, grab your lunch and come in and sit and listen to some good music. At noon, behind the old Post Office Museum. In case of rain, we'll be in the Princess Room. So come and enjoy. We had a wonderful Valentine's Day promotion downtown. Our merchants, I think, really enjoyed the benefit of that. We have our first official art workshop at the old Post Office Museum behind us. It was a 6-week session every Wednesday for 6 weeks, and it was chock full. She could not have fit one more person in there. And we're looking at 3 more workshops that will begin the end of this month and go through the 1st of June. 2 adult workshops and 1 mix, children and adults. So if you're interested in that, please see me and I can point you in the right direction. And hopefully we'll have our social media workshop that Jade Fulford's going to conduct for our downtown merchants, and we're looking at Saturday, May 21st, that afternoon to do that. I'll keep you all posted. So, any questions?
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to comment. Billy and I was in Washington, D.C., and we accidentally ran into some people who was over the Main Street project where they were, and we started talking about Winsboro's Main Street, the things about it. We said, we're on the front cover of the Main Street, and when we walked down into the senator's office, laying right there on the desk as we walked in was one of the books, and we showed this to them, and they were just overwhelmed.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Been telling y'all we're a model community in the State Main Street program. We really are. And I
We are.
appreciate everybody for helping us keep it that way.
You really are, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Been properly moved, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item number 6, economic development, monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council.
Thank you.
I just want to reiterate a little bit what the mayor said, that we had a wonderful trip going to Washington D.C. and we did have an opportunity to visit with the executive director of the Louisiana Historic Preservation Group. And the senators certainly dedicated their support to that organization and to the state. And they are really looking at, and they're pushing for funding for facade grants to the local business people downtown. So hopefully we'll be able to see in the near future that they have funded that and then we will be able to see the effects of it in our community. We have also visited with our state senator and representative on issues concerning the town, and one of the most important one is in our capital outlay application that we have with the force main from the industrial park to the treatment facility and the at the Winsboro location. It was not put into the funding on the first go-around, but we have a commitment from Senator Reiser and Representative Pilot that they were supported to make sure that we get it in the second funding round. We explained to them the importance of that because of the pavilion not being able to open, nor the Delta Community College, unless that force main project is put into place. The facility that we presently have up there right now, treatment plant facility, is outdated, and it would not be able to carry the capacity of that addition to the park. So I don't think that they in the beginning that they really understood that, but now we got the message across, and I think that we will stay on top of that to make sure that we get it and get it in this year's funding. And we appreciate Myron Meyer. They brought it to my attention just a couple of days ahead of us going down there. I will say Buck Bomb is still moving. They are manufacturing products that is being shipped out and distributed all over the United States. We're very, very proud of that. We are visiting with some other industries that in our community. As you know, that, and I've been preaching this and saying this for a long time, that the economic impact has taken a tremendous hit with the oil industry in our state, and it's been devastating. And not only here in Winsboro, but all over the state. But it's really had a major impact on us, and hopefully that will turn around. I don't know if y'all read in the on the internet this morning where people in the state are saying that we'd rather pay $3.85 per gallon to support the economy of our state than the $1.85 that we're presently paying, and because the people who are reaping the benefits because of the petroleum that's coming out of our state, the benefits is going to the northern states. They're the ones that's reaping the benefit because of the gas prices, and all of our people are being laid off. I think we have something like 22,000 employees in the state has been laid off because of that. So that is a major impact. I'd be more than happy to entertain any questions that you may have at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Billy. And a motion to accept? Properly moved
Second.
and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that as unanimously approved. Thank you, Billy. Airport. Airport manager, monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief as well. As has already been said, we selected Myron Meyer this month to move forward with our obstruction removal. I expect to move forward with that this month, a meeting with Myron Meyer as well as Josh Duplantis at DOTD. I really have nothing else to add. If there are any questions.
What is your pleasure?
Motion to accept.
Properly moved to accept. And second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Record reflect that unanimously approved. Public Works monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, we had a busy month so far. Catfish Festival coming in, got that tended to, guys done a super job, and we're busy now working on getting generators for the fire station put in and hooked up so those three buildings will be ready for standby power. The construction on the west side part, the weather has held us up over there. We're basically down to concrete work until we get some dry ground. It'll be hard for us to come in and take care of that. As soon as the ground dries, we'll be working, moving forward on it. Crew's been busy trying to mow and weed eat as much as you can. Our town will look as good as we like for it to look, but you just give us a little dry weather, we'll have it up above board. Sure will. That's all I have, Honorable Mayor. I would like to take this time to thank the mayor, former mayors, council, and former mayors and council for the time I've had to spend here. I'll be retiring here the 1st of May from the city of Winsboro. And it's truly been an honor to serve this town and work with the people here. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all y'all done for me and my family. Thank y'all.
Move, second, all in favor, say aye. Got choked up again. Skip, that's putting it mildly, that we're gonna miss you. I appreciate everything that you did. You have made some pretty strong commitments even after you retired, that you would be available for us, and I know we will be calling on you because of what you know. We really do appreciate you.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want this town to move up forward, you know. We've worked hard to get where we're at, so let's just keep her moving.
I understand. Thank you. Fire Chief Monday report.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. This month we have been a little slow with calls. As far as in-town calls, Fair Tom had one private dwelling. It responded to outside of the city limits. The grass, brush fires, in between rain showers and things. We did actually have two. Come on down, we did have one business in town. 4 helicopter assist with Franklin Medical Center. And down here, got here, we spoke this morning at the morning meeting. I don't know any other way to put it, with the tragedy that we had with the fire we had here a while back, it made it important on smoke alarms. We have had several calls. It's actually woke the citizens up with the smoke alarms, things like that. We fire marshal, operational lifesaver that they have, we've been enforcing it with the smoke alarms. We've had 50 applicants in town come by the department, and we've had 25 just right outside of the city limits come by to get smoke alarms for their residents. I just want to make a point that anybody can come by, they're free. These are no cost to nobody. They are furnished through the fire marshal's office with the Operation Save a Life program. We're really pushing that. And I just want to get that point across to everybody. You know, if it could save one life or something like that, that'd be tremendous. I'm with Bradley, but for a total of in-town calls, we did have 4 out of town. 6, then we had 4 out of town, with a total of 10. Current month to date, 48 calls we've had, and that's basically it, Mayor.
What is your pleasure?
I move that we accept the fire marshals.
Properly moved.
Second.
And second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved.
Thank you.
Chief of Police monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. For the month of 3rd month, 22nd day, 16 to 4/22, 16 criminal charges at 35 for the year, 137. Traffic charges, 52 for the year, 251. Highway accidents, 15 for the month. Parking lot accidents was 8, total of 23. The call for service, 630 for the year so far. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief.
I make a motion to accept.
Properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Humane Officer Mother Report.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Number dog, Dr. Footman 5, 8 for the year. Foster 3, 10 for the year. Pickup 5, 20 for the year. Total care for 30. Food, 500 pounds, 230 for the year. Total number of dogs in the pen 22. Total animals in the pen 22. Miscellaneous animals 10. Mr. Gill, 6 of them were skunks. Somebody did get sprayed. That's what on the all at the same house too. Total calls 75. Total dead animals 18. Total orders put out 4, 22 for the year. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you, Robert. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Properly moved
Second.
and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Community Center Monthly Report.
We've had 2 events for last month. We did have the NAACP, did the senior citizens breakfast. It was very nice. I think we came, Mayor, they had a band. It was for everyone, and if you didn't come, you missed a treat. It was very, very nice what they put on. And then we also had one birthday party, so that was it for March events.
What is your pleasure?
So moved.
Properly moved.
Second.
And second. All, yes.
Can I ask a question? Are we requiring the insurance, or you just sign it off on all of it?
There's a whole hundred in there now. If they get the insurance, then it's a cheaper fee for them to rent the community center.
What do most of them do?
Most of them do the whole hundred. But we had a few that.
I was just,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
made me ask the question was because of the fire that happened out there. And, you know,
So most of them do the whole home, he said. And we had a few that do a ride on their insurance.
I really wish that we would require the insurance on all of them. Just because that could have been very, very serious.
High school.
Yeah, they let some more than go, and they got into the water, and it cost me the awning and fire. So I guess we have to pay for the awning to be replaced. That was that's the question. You got a motion in a second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. The athletic director's not here this evening. Let's skip that and move down to Code Enforcement Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. Let me echo the same sentiments that you did to our superintendent. I want to say to him that I really appreciate all the things that he's taught me in the years that I've been working with him at the city barn. It's been a privilege as well as an honor to stand beside him and to learn from him. So I just want to say to him that I thank you tonight for all that you've done. Also, I want to say we have, according here, 12 houses that we have signed a resolution on, and the copy of the resolutions have been sent out to the property owners. Now, we're also moving on to grass, and we placed an ad in the paper that it started to run last week, and this week and next week will give us 3 weeks, and after that 3 weeks, then the city will step in and go to mowing those lots that are vacant or those property owners are failing to manicure their properties. So we're still in the process of taking care of that, standing by the city ordinance and trying to do a good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What is your pleasure?
Motion. Me too.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Finance report.
Well, I sent the financial report out, and it y'all got it, because I sent it out Wednesday, and the officer said that he had an accident, so I think I'm told that George delivered them himself the next day. So I'm sorry about that. But I included in your packages the corrections that I made, which are on the general fund. There was a posting error for George. He was listed under, one of his expenses were under the wrong line, and I corrected that. And then also, in the utility fund, there was a posting that wasn't showing. And so I printed that out to show those corrections and included in your rights folder. Unless y'all had some other error that y'all caught.
I make a motion, we accept the financial report here.
Properly moved.
Second.
And second, all in favor, say aye. At this time, attorney's request that we go into executive session.
It's for about 2 minutes. Yeah, you know.
I move we amend the agenda, right, we have to amend the agenda.
It's
Been properly moved and second, all in favor, say aye.
Move to go into legal matters.
And a motion to go into executive session.
Legal matters. Legal matters. You're welcome.
We need Billy to stay, Mayor,
Okay.
and Baker, that's it, Skipper. You and,